we take in more than $5,000 in receipts, so it's actually a good thing for the town. Under group life insurance, it's a fixed cost of the town, cannot be lowered. It's based on stable premium costs. The finance director has recommended that the line item be maintained at $13,000. Under Medicare, again, fixed cost of the town is based on a percentage of the town's payroll. We are requesting that the line item be covered, to be listed at $175,000 to cover the expenses for fiscal year 2016. All employee benefits, $4,596, an increase of 3%, primarily due to pension and health insurance increases. It is separate from insurance, which is the last category. And if you look at the spreadsheet at the back of the document that I've given to you, you'll know that insurances for the budget presentation and employee benefits are lumped together from an accounting point of view, but from my presentation, I do separate general insurance out. We are increasing this line item from $140,000 to $155,000. As you know, this is still less than what we were historically paying before we moved over to Maya. We did add a new building this year, which added to the cost. And we are using less of our rewards in balancing this line, so we are starting to see the truer costs of what it costs to insure our property at $155,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that is essentially what we have done in the past for our operating budget. But as you can tell, there is a new line item that is being included in this year's operating budget: the funds for our ESCO performance contracting program. As you may know, this year the town worked with ABM to make major building improvements to our town buildings to make them more energy efficient. They made nearly $3 million in upgrades to our public safety building, DPW building, library, and our 2 school buildings. The work at the schools was extensive work, to say the least. Roughly 94% of the entire project was done at the public education buildings, the middle high school and the Major Edwards. The project is paid for by a lease payment made to the Bank of America, which underwrote the project. This is the first year that the payment must be accounted for within the operating budget as currently presented. This year, that payment is $203,749. When the project is paid off, the town will either be able to reduce the operating budget or fund even more building improvements or build it into the operating budget as the town meeting seems fit. This budget, Selectmen, is balanced as presented. The town administrators work with the town department managers to return as many funds to the town's budget from previous fiscal years, and the changes in health insurance have all contributed to what you can consider to be the success of this year's budget. The total budget this year is projected to be $22,459,610, an increase of about 3%. And again, I did that by doing the following: using $22,420,201 of revenues, $15,000 of overlay surplus, about $24,409 of free cash, thereby making the entire operating budget $22,459,610. Mr. Chairman, let me tell you what the process is now moving forward. I was responsible for presenting to the Board of Selectmen tonight the draft operating budget. I am not asking the Board of Selectmen to approve this budget or to even recommend this budget at this time. Over the next month or so, I would expect that the Board of Selectmen, the Finance Committee, the department managers, the school committee, and the town administrator will work diligently in meetings, public meetings, to refine this budget, amend this budget as we see fit. By the time we get to the time when you folks vote on the warrant, that this budget should be in a final format to be presented to the townspeople at that time. I will answer any questions that the board may have.
In regards to the ESCO project,
Yes.
is the budget, everybody's line's been reduced to the
Yes.
guarantee amount that they told us?
Yeah, so what I've done is I've essentially paid for the ESCO line by reducing the operating budgets of the departments that have stepped forward. So those lines, I've spoken to Louise, I've spoken to Beth, I've spoken to Anthony and to the fire chief. They understand that their portion of their budgets may be reduced in the utility area in order to accommodate that. Now, as I said to you, of the entire project, 94% of it was school-driven. So therefore, if theoretically, if we didn't do this project and these costs were built into their operating budget, their portion of the budget would have been 94% of the $202,000. I don't know that number off the top of my head, but in essence, it would be, roughly $195,000, roughly, maybe a little bit less than that.
That's the guaranteed number that they
That
told
is.
us? That
That's
203 that we would save?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And of course, we haven't yet been given the keys, turned it over. We're still operating under the good graces. And all departments have seen some reductions of their utility costs. And the schools in particularly are very pleased with obviously it will be more noticeable to the schools than it
We
will
won't
be
know
to
if we meet the guarantee till,
for a year or two down the road,
Next year,
sure, yeah.
and then if we don't meet it, they...
They have to make up the difference
Right.
in a check to the town.
Okay. Thank you.
And if they do meet the difference, then we should be able to reduce theoretically, the light bill should go down a certain
You
percentage.
did that.
But I did that.
Yeah.
You did that, so so you'll just continue to do that, okay?
That's correct.
I just gotta wake up.
I'm sorry, my presentation can be dry.
It was moving,
Did it move you almost to the door?
moving to, yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman,
It moved everyone literally to the door.
Leon, I just have a couple of questions.
Sure.
On the fire department area, there's a huge difference in the fire purchase services from last year to going forward. Can you just,
We changed it around. It's actually pretty level funded,
okay,
but if you'll note, the categories are substantially different. You'll notice that fire other charges
That's
went
what
from
it says.
$1,500 to $41,000, but you'll note that the other two lines above it had gone down. And what we did was, last year was the first year that we incorporated in the operating budget of the fire department the ambulance costs. Prior to your arrival on the board, there used to be a separate warrant article that specifically spoke to the ambulance costs.
okay.
This year, the town accountant's office has asked me to separate them even further within the fire line. So previously, what I did was I incorporated within purchase services and supplies, those ambulance things. So things like
Okay,
masks and syringes and medication.
Yeah.
Those were split between things like purchase services and supplies. The town accountant's office asked me this year in the operating budget to segregate those a little bit more clearer. So when you get this, I know you're looking forward to getting this, but when you get this document, which is the budget message,
Yeah.
it will show you that those lines, the other line, are where I'm putting the ambulance charges.
Okay.
And they're segregated, and I took them out of the purchase services and supplies to throw them in the other charges.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Anybody have a question? No, thank you very much. It was,
My
like I
pleasure.
said, it was a moving presentation, as you can see, what happened to the audience.
Mr. Chairman, what I will be doing is, the operating expenditure budget, the draft, I will be sending out as a blog, probably within the next several days, to be very transparent to the general public as to how and where the operating budget is proposed to be. I will answer any questions at the upcoming public meetings on this matter.
Do you have any of those meetings set? Pat?
The Finance Committee is meeting right now. They've set their schedule. I will forward to you the dates of those meetings when when I'm aware of them. And Louise, you haven't been told when to come by and see the Finance Committee? I believe, I would imagine that it's probably numerous meetings over the next 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even longer. They also have to meet on capital, and by the way, I did not present to you folks the capital budget for tonight. I did send to you folks a memo, probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, detailing all the requests that I have. I have transmitted those requests to the Capital Investment Board and to the Finance Committee and to your board, just so that you know what those requests are. That board still has a lot of work to do to review. Certainly, I have like $1.1 million in requests, and I think I only have about $800,000 to $900,000 of monies in the capital line to cover those. So truthfully, we're not going to be able to fund everything, even if we wanted to fund everything. We don't have enough money in the capital line to do so. So we will have to be juggling things to try to figure out how best to handle our capital needs for the upcoming year. I also, as I said at the beginning, I did not present to you all the warrant articles that cost money, things like the Council on Aging, senior work-off program, that will be funded. There are a couple of other requests as well that have come in. I'm still working out the financial plan for that. I thank the town accountant for all the work that she's doing in helping, keeping me on the straight and narrow, and Nancy is doing her best to track all of these as well. Mr. Chairman, I have no other budgetary issues. I have 2 other announcements that I just wanted to bring to the Board of
I
Selectmen.
think the budget's all set, go right ahead.
One of the items is a meeting on the solar project. I don't know if you discussed this when I ran downstairs to meet with the Finance Committee. I sent you folks a note that I was going to ask the Board of Selectmen, if any of you are interested in serving, to meet with me and Jonathan Fitch and one of the light commissioners on the proposed solar project. I'd like to have a volunteer from the board. And I want to thank you all because of the board, every one of you stepped forward independently and told me that you were interested. So just tell me who you want to do it, and I'm happy to schedule a meeting around your schedule.
Yes, who serves on the least boards?
Are you asking me?
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to say, everybody serves on so many boards.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the one that serves on the least boards would.
Well, I don't want to draft anybody, but it would be
No,
Siobhan.
it would be me, and I'm not doing a contract, so that's one of the other reasons
Oh,
I
yeah,
stepped
yeah.
forward.
Yeah,
So-
that's right.
Okay. If you guys are agreeable to that, I'll work with whoever on the board. I thank you all. I mean, usually when I ask for volunteers, not of the board, but just in general, I usually have everyone stepping backwards, and all of you step forward to say that you were willing to help, and I really appreciate you doing so. Thank you.
So John made a motion to make Siobhan the next, say, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I just have one last statement that I'd like to make to you and to the town.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. I wanted to take the opportunity to make you all aware. I know that you're all aware that I was recently offered another position as the town administrator in the town of Sturbridge. After a great deal of soul searching and discussions with my family, I'm here tonight to announce that I am negotiating with the town of Sturbridge Selectmen on a contract that I expect will probably be signed Monday night by their Board of Selectmen. I want you to know that this was a very difficult decision for me. I want to thank the town of West Boylston, especially the Selectmen, for the faith that you have placed in me over the last decade. This has not been an easy job, to be sure, but it has been constantly exciting and rewarding. The last 10 years have been among the most rewarding professional experiences of my entire life, and I've been happy to throw myself into this job on behalf of the residents and the employees of the town of West Boylston. I'm making this announcement tonight not to provide you with formal notice of my 30 days, but to let the selectmen know of my intentions as early as possible so that you can begin the process of searching for a new town administrator. It is quite a process. I'm going to miss my work here very much. I'm going to miss the interaction with the Board of Selectmen, working side by side with the town employees and the board and commissions of the town who give so much to this community and especially to the citizens of West Boylston. You're always going to have a place in my heart. I'm going to be preparing a longer, more detailed statement in the weeks ahead. I'm sure you're not surprised. However, for now, let me just say that I am so proud of the fact that I'm the longest-serving town administrator in the town's history, and I'm hoping that the next town administrator is as successful and as happy as I have been here and beats that record. So I want to just thank you again.
Well, thank you. We hate to see it go. Have you considered being a joint
Regional town administrator?
regional town?
Oh, we could start something new.
I would just make.
No, I haven't considered that.
I would suggest that maybe we have a fifth meeting next Wednesday night, that we, that's at 7. So maybe we meet at 6. It's would be a public meeting if Nancy could post it. And we would meet and we could start the discussion of where we're gonna go and how we're gonna approach this whole.
So you're asking to have a selectmen's meeting posted for 6 o'clock on next Wednesday night?
Next Wednesday, if everybody can make it.
Can I have a request at that meeting that we have some kind of outline for us as what was used the last time and the system that we used to hire Leon? Like, you know, was it a committee? Was it just the selectmen? Was it interviews? I'm just trying to get caught up
Did you
because
have anything?
would we
Well,
have
Nancy-
anything?
I know that
You- you
Nancy
have-
will have that.
I would like that
yeah.
because going forward, it would just
Okay.
help me. And if any way we could get it mailed out to us ahead of time, I could review it before that
Is there
meeting.
anybody that was on the board back then?
Just
Oh,
you.
you?
I'm just kidding.
Chris, were you here?
I'm just kidding. This will be, I don't know if this is good or bad, but this will be my 3rd town administrator. I'm getting a sense that maybe it's me. They all leave.
3 town administrators in 20 years is not a bad number. And one of them really doesn't count because he was only an interim, so.
Yeah, that's right. That's
So
right.
don't take it personal, Kev.
I thought he was gonna talk about another one that didn't count. But that wasn't the interim, but that's,
Oh, yeah, that was another whole process.
So moving forward,
That was a process. We've been through many processes here. And, so we can start to discuss this on
Wednesday.
Wednesday night, and, because the sooner we get moving, the sooner we can get something resolved. Because trust me, there's nothing worse than just kind of being out in limbo. It's nice to have somebody in place. The sooner, personally me, I think the sooner the better. Find the right person and get going like we did Leon. We got him in like a week and a half. No.
I think your recollection of
Not
that
quite.
is different than mine.
But,
oh, that was easy.
yeah, I don't even remember how we got him. But, no, I remember the vote, but I don't remember really I remember the kind of the process, but,
Nancy will fill in the blanks.
yeah,
I'm sure.
good, yeah, that was a while ago.
Can I just say, Leon, that this is bittersweet. I understand it's a good move for you. It's a loss for the town, and I just want to thank you for being the newest member here and all of your help, and I hope we can stay connected. And it is a huge loss for the town, so thank you, and really appreciate the dedication you have shown in this town.
Well, I thank you for that. Nancy hasn't spoken to me in 2 days.
I figure the connection is you go to Sturbridge and you offer to take them over to the public house. It's just across the street, they'll stay connected with you.
Perfect.
This has been a really difficult past couple of weeks, and I appreciate your comments. I appreciate it.
All right, yes.
I'll just say the same thing, as a professional and personal level, you've been, probably one of the nicest person we've worked with in a long time, so thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And good luck with your
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
future. Maybe some residents from West Boylston will move to Sturbridge to help you out on committees and things like that.
Nah,
We'll try to find
I
some.
will accept them all with open arms.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn?
Someone, oh,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.